Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube. It is your girl Honey. Welcome back people. Those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. Today people, we are talking ever so briefly on degree theory. So what's inspired today's video is my previous video or posted up just this week where I spoke about critical degrees, 0 degree and the 29th degree. And what inspired me to make that video was making the previous video before that, where I was talking about cusp astrology and why it's some BS. Okay, so we are here now because people are still asking questions and asking about what it means to have a 1 degree or a 28 degree or a 17 degree. And I thought, why not make a video talking about degree theory? Hello. So yeah, here we are. I can't make this video without shouting out the astrologer who pretty much invented this. His name is called Nicola Stanovic. I think I'm saying his name right, but I've got his book right here. Okay. And I think it's Stojanovic. Okay, I was close. I bought his book years ago. He did pass away during, I think it was COVID year. So it might be a bit of a challenge to get his book because I think he was selling it from his website. Just a heads up. But if you are someone who enjoys reading like a Liz Green astrology book, his writing type is not like that. I wouldn't go and say that he's an amazing author. But what I would say is he has provided fantastic information. It's more so a reference book and it's just straight to the point. There is no long paragraphs of talking about this and about that. It's straight to the point. So bear in mind your reading technique or style. Just, think about that before you decide to look into it and slam the book, okay? I want to talk a little bit about degree theory because everyone's asking what it means. So every single degree is linked to particular signs, every single degree, apart from the 0 degree. When you think about it, the first degree, and Aries is the first sign, and then we have a first house. So the first degree is an Aries degree. Second degree is a Taurus degree. Third degree is a Gemini degree. Fourth degree is a Cancer degree. And so on and so forth, all the way around the chart. Now, obviously, we've got to come back again to the first house, that's the Aries house. The Aries degree starts off then with the 13th degree. That's an Aries degree. 14th degree, Taurus degree, and again, so on and so forth, up until you get to the 29th degree. The 29th degree is linked to Leo energy, which is all about I'm here to overly express myself, right? That's the Leo energy. That's why it's the 29th degree, to overly do it. Every degree is linked to a sign. And I personally like to use degree theory when we look at the houses, predominantly the first house. So the first house is the house of our physical body, appearance, persona, identity, how we look at the world. But the first house is also who we need to develop or reflect, self-reflection, and just to connect with the self anyway. So the ascendant's going to be very, very important. And I look at the ascendant as being very important, especially if there's like a critical degree there. We can look at the 22nd degree, which is a Capricorn degree. And I look at that as like someone is here to complete a mission. Someone has something important to do. And usually we associate the 22nd degree with dad who didn't give us enough guidance or support in the world. And in numerology, it's looked at as a master number. So I look at it as like legacy. This person is working until the death, to the point where they want to create and leave such a legacy behind. Like, it's really important. However, in this book, he mentions this as the kill or to be killed degree. What does that mean, right? People are like, oh my God, what does it mean? Am I going to die? Am I going to die? Oh my God, am I going to die? I mean, my ethics, right, in astrology, I would never sit here and say, you're going to die on the 32nd of January. I would never say that. That's not me. And I don't look into death of my clients anyway. Obviously, Nicola talks about death, be killed or kill degree. It could be you might hunt a lot, or maybe it could be a thing where you are on a mission to do a lot of, I want to say dying, but killing bad habits. We've got to interpret things in different ways, okay? And it can also be killing off bad habits, making lots of changes that is powerful for you, transformational for you. So yeah, we can interpret it like that as well. Degrees like the 28th degree, the 8th degree, these are Scorpio degrees linked to Pluto. So there's a lot to do with this person trying to find or discover their sense of power in the world, to become more empowered in their own right. So I've got a Cancer degree on my ascendant. When I think about that, I have a jacked up moon. My moon is in my 8th house, it's in Capricorn, it's in conjunct the ascendant. I grew up and I never felt like I was able to connect with my emotions properly, or even, with women. So it's been a transformational experience for me to really learn to release that energy and to allow myself to be more vulnerable around people. Everyone's got their own issue with their own ascendant and how they are meant to connect to themselves, but that's kind of where you want to start, is with the ascendant. Now, the next thing is you want to look at the houses, the degrees of the houses. So I know everyone's, doing whole house system, like, oh, I don't fuck with places anymore. Okay, bitch. Okay. But we can still understand the houses with degree theory. Okay, let's just check things out. So in the book, Nicola gives a really good example of a couple, like I think a girl he mentioned had a Libra degree on her 3rd house cusp. And the 3rd house is in association with like locally commuting, driving around. And Libra energy is linked to the 19th degree and the 7th degree. So that 3rd house would have been 19 degrees or 7 degrees. He highlights that this particular girl, her boyfriend would drive her everywhere. Like he would be literally her driver and she was Miss Daisy. So that was the way that he kind of described the houses. It's like having a 2-degree 4th house. So you might earn a lot of your money from your home. You might have your own business at home. You might bake cakes at home and that's how you earn a living, for example. So that's how he kind of referenced it. But when you also think about transits and how the degrees of the transits also affect us, right? I will never forget January 31st, and this was 2012. Saturn was at the 29th degree of Libra in my 5th house, people, the house of dating. And that was the day I broke up with my ex for good. Like, I remember that day vividly, and it really affected me personally. Even when I look at my chart for when I was like assaulted as well, at that time, Mars was at the 28th degree that day in my 12th house in Taurus. The 28th degree happens to be a Cancer degree. So I was assaulted in my house. Like, it's crazy how you look at degrees and how it kind of plays its role in your chart. So if, for example, Mars was in Gemini on my ascendant and it was destined for me to be assaulted, my assault could have happened in the street. And I'm a Gemini rising, so it could have really affected my face, or, my physical body would have shown that I was, assaulted in some type of way. Gemini 27th degree, Gemini 15 degree, 3 degree, like there's different degrees. But yeah, when I saw that I had a 28 degree Mars in Taurus in my 12th house, it's like, oh my God, like it makes sense. So I would more so use degree theory to help to explain things, as opposed to look at it as reading someone's chart, because it can add a lot of confusion to things. So if someone said, hey honey, this event happened to me, I crashed my car, or I failed my exams on this particular day, like major events, life-changing events, that's where you would look into degree theories and maybe even track the transits and what's happening at that time to make sense of it. So that's the best way I would use degree theory if I'm looking at major events to explain it. So I hope that kind of makes sense, and I'll post a video in the next couple of days and you guys will see me very, very soon. All right, bye.